And tonight in Hannity's America, now read the fine print. Now, you may have missed it since the story was published on Super Bowl Sunday, but President Obama is given the green light to the Bush administration practice of rendition. Now, that is secretly abducting terrorists and then transferring them to foreign prisons to interrogate them. And that's not all. The LA Times reports that because Mr. Obama has scaled back other aspects of Mr. Bush's counterterrorism program, well, rendition may even play an expanded role since it's the principal mechanism remaining for dealing with terrorists. Now, I remember rendition provoking a bit of outrage from the press when President Bush was at the helm. Last July, Bob Herbert of the New York Times foresaw a doomsday scenario, writing, quote, when the constraints of the law are unlocked by the men and women in the suits and the pinnacle of power, terrible things happen in the real world. But surprise, surprise, well, the coming of the new president seems to have shifted media focus. So what did Mr. Herbert choose to write about this last week? A peace movement in Liberia. At yesterday's White House briefing, Obama spokesman Robert Gibbs made his boss proud by once again defending the now nearly $890 billion stimulus package to the press, insisting that it's truly a great bill that's going to do wonders for our economy. Oh, really?
Again, let's step back and understand what the basis of this legislation is and what it does. That's why economists from Democrats and Republicans, liberal and conservative, believe that this is a good bill. That it will move this economy forward, put people back to work. Make the investments that we've ignored for years and years and years. Do so in a way that's accountable and transparent to the American taxpayers. And we'll put money back in middle-class pockets.
All right, maybe if the administration spent half as much time fixing the financial crisis as it does talking about the financial crisis, well, maybe things would be looking up by now. And in other underreported liberal news, one of Obama's strongest allies on the Hill and fellow Harvard classmate, Alabama Congressman Arthur Davis, had some harsh words for the president's former pastor and spiritual advisor, the Reverend Jeremiah Wright. When Davis heard that Reverend Wright had been invited to the annual commemoration of the Bloody Sunday Civil Rights March in Selma, well, he gave event organizers a piece of his mind. In a letter sent Friday, Davis wrote, quote, "What a sad irony that it would be to extend a prominent role in that event to the figure whose rhetoric and histrionics at one point imperiled our new president's campaign." No word yet on whether Wright will accept the invitation to this year's event, which is themed, believe it or not, the bridge to the White House. And I thought the president burned Reverend Wright's bridge to the White House during the campaign. Another swearing-in ceremony, another hiccup for the Obama administration. Now, you may recall that the day after Chief Justice John Roberts botched the oath of office at the president's inauguration, Vice President Biden thought it professional, well, to poke fun at the Chief Justice.
Am I doing this again?
For the
senior staff. All right.
A number of cabinet members have already.
My memory is not as good as Justice Roberts, Chief Justice Roberts. Does anyone?
All right, at yesterday's ceremonial swearing-in of Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, the VP appeared to be more than just a cheat sheet.
Madam Secretary, please raise your right hand. I,
Hillary Rodham Clinton,
do solemnly swear
that
I will support and defend
the
Constitution of the United States
Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith.
Now, nothing like a moment of levity while administering an oath of office. Now, hopefully, Madam Secretary, you and Mr. Biden got all the giggling out of your system. And that is the news tonight from Hannity's America.